Well, it looks like our big concern now is for the inspectors and the recovery team. It's not just adverse weather, but it's adverse terrain. Just to give you an idea, now we know that with the aerial pictures that we had during the time of the crash and thereafter, that conditions were just cloudy. They did call it off after a while because not only darkness, but there was some adverse weather and some rainfall. Look at the flight path. It's not a straight line from Barcelona to Dusseldorf. It takes a little bit of a turn. This is the typical flight. We saw this on the Germanwings flight even yesterday. This is normal. Conditions at the time of takeoff were fine. In fact, we were able to find that, of course, even making it across into the southeastern France coast, that they made it up to 38,000 feet. Now, there's rain to the south that was well away from their designated flight path. But if you watch as we go into our crash area, skies were clear, clouds move in. This rain, even though not in the area, is approaching, and there's more of this to come. An incredible animation to show you in yellow as the aircraft is taxiing and then takes off. This shows you the altitude and its exact path. Everything seemed to be fine. Weather not an issue. 33,000 feet, 34, 35, up to 38. Once it crosses and makes its way just past Marseille, what we're finding is this is where we had a little bit of an issue. Wind speed dropped, they believe, or not the wind speed, but the flight speed. Why we did not see him turn around when he was just minutes away, that has to be answered. Was there a loss of an engine? Was there smoke in the cabin? Did they have this emergency descent? Was there a breach of pressure? We don't even know if this is autopilot. That is for the inspectors and, of course, when they find the data and the voice recorders. But we know our last point of contact was at 6,800 feet. The ridge tops are as high as 8,000. Now, take a look at the ridge top. This is facing westward. The terrain gets higher to the east. That may help us a little bit later on when it comes to our weather. But when you get into the area, we believe this is right around 18 to 2,000 meters. This is the rain-snow line. Snow in the northern ridge tops, and then we have rain down to the south, like where they have the staging areas. There's going to be so many helicopters in this area, they're going to have their own air traffic control. They're going to have, most likely, they're going to have people who not only camp here, but look at how the debris made its way into these little crevices. To give you an idea of just how steep and serious this is, these are tall trees. They're going to need to have rescuers that actually, or recovery teams that can do some professional rappelling. It's going to take weeks. They got to photograph, they got to label, and first get the bodies and survey the area. But here's our concern. We've got a storm system that's not moving west to east. It's going to take its time, and we've got all this moisture moving up into the area already causing issues. Now, our radar gets cut off because of the high mountain terrain. You can see in the last couple hours just a little bit of moisture. We're not going to fly blind in the forecast here. Heavier amounts of moisture move into that higher terrain. It'll get squeezed out to the east. Even the higher levels of snow will stay to the east. But after we clear out a little bit on Thursday, a little northerly wind wants to give us some ice. So it's low ceilings, it's low visibility. It's a problem that we're going to have with that rain and snow line, and you see where our crash site is, and the heavier snow stays off toward the east. This storm system is going to take a couple of days. And until it makes its way toward the Czech Republic, we're not going to have better weather. But we're hoping for at least a window for the first part of Thursday.